Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyazifunde incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sizokhuluma ngazo le ndaba esuke siyifundile, sixoxela laba phela abangenaso isikhathi sokuthi bayifunde incwadi nalaba futhi abanqina ukuyifunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo, senze ama-reviews, senzele laba abangenalo ithuba lokuthi bawabuke lama shows nalaba-ke basuke nezinto ey'thile abafuna ukuyixoxa after ishow seyidlulile. Uma ngabe uyaqala ukusijoyina namhlanje and you like our content, ungakhohlwa ukuthi upresse usubscribe la ngezansi bese upresse i-notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile la ku-YouTube. Namhlanje ke ngifuna sikhulume ngayo ngalo-ke uthando nesithembu. Like I said ukuthi the season might be over, but we are not done talking about ama-issues avelayo kule show because there were just too many issues. One of the things I want to talk about namhlanje izinto ezithile engizibonayo lana kwi-main cast member, which is Musa Mseleku, that as viewers we have chosen to ignore for some reason. Like I've said in my previous videos, the interesting part about Uthando Nesthembu is that i-main cast member lana uyena ubaba Musa Mseleku, kodwa as ama viewers we seem to be more interested with dynamic between the wives than we are interested in what happens with ubaba Mseleku. One of the things that I have seen ngobaba Mseleku and people don't really talk about when it comes to him indaba yokuthi unako ukuthi angabahloniphi amakhosikazi akhe, which is ngesingesi ngingasho ngathi he's very disrespectful to his wives. One of the things nje ngifuna ukunika zona as an example ukuthi in the latest episodes kunala ethe khona amakhosikazi akhe adunyelwa amakhanda, uthi amakhosikazi abafazi bami abadunyelwa amakhanda. Angazi ukuthi nge-English ngiyaku-interpreta kanjani lokho. Mhlampe ngingasho ngathi he basically said ukuthi his wives are crazy, but even if I say that, if ukusho in English it doesn't do justice ukuthi ungathi unkosikazi wakho udunyelwa ikhanda. He said that ukuthi amakhosikazi wakhe adunyelwa amakhanda. Also, one of the things that he said was that ukuthi ngenkathi ezama ukujustifya ukuthi uma ngwabe benomayeni have no leg to stand on ekunqabeni ukuthi athathe number 5, uye wamention ukuthi yena uma ngwabe benomayeni uwabakhipha emadodeni. And as much as that could be true, vele it's likely to be true because a lot of the times vele if ukuthi you meet umuntu ekwi-relationship and then mhlampe bese yashiya lapha ngoba mhlampe ebona ukuthi engazi ukuthi ngala ila kuzolunga khona ezokwi-relationship yakho. But umuntu uma ngabe sewunkosikazi wakho and you are now married and you respect her, there is never a reason to mention ukuthi wena wawumkhiphe endodeni. And I feel like he did that so that ezobeka iposition yakhe ibe yinhle. Uke wabona leyo ukuthi he disrespected his wives so that he could justify why he wanted to take number 5 and why, so that people could be on his side in saying that umayeni noma ngwabe have no leg to stand on in saying ukuthi akangamthatha number 5. I felt ukuthi that statement was unnecessary, and I did feel ukuthi that statement was very disrespectful to his wives. How can you say that ngamakhosikazi wakho esenezingane knowing very well ukuthi izingane zakho will watch the show? He has said it himself ukuthi izingane zabo ziyayibuka ilokhuzana ishow. So if you say ukuthi ngabakhipha emadodeni, saying that about your wives, izingane zakho zizokuzwa lokho, is it something that is appropriate to say? And I was surprised ukuthi vele no one discussed it, no one even mentioned it ukuthi he said into kanjalo about his wives and how disrespectful that is to them. Another thing that I find about Mseleku is that he's very insensitive to issues that his wives go through. I-issue nje for an example yakhe uMakhumalo and the issue yokungabathola abantwana, For an example, I feel like uma ngabe kukuthi une-issue enjalo as umuntu wesifazane, as much as is a big issue in your life, awufuni ukuthi kuloku kwenziwa izinto and kushiwo izinto ezizoloku zikukhumbuza ukuthi unaleso simo esikanjalo. And I feel like that's what he does to uMakhumalo, ukuthi he makes sure ukuthi she remembers ukuthi she can't have abantwana, and he makes sure ukuthi uyakhumbula ukuthi, and the reason they have so many problems now, the reason they have to take number 5 now, the reason bane issue yokwabiwa kwengane is because ulokhuzana uMakhumalo cannot take ilokhuzana, cannot have kids. Also, I believe ukuthi uMangwabe has also had ama issues with ilokhuzana, ama miscarriages. So there's a lot that these women have gone through relating to them having children. But I feel like uba insensitive to those issues in discussing i-desire yakhe to have ingane lezo zakhe ezu-40. And thina siyababuka sibone ngathi mhlawumbe bayadikila laphayana uMangwabe, but they are dealing with umuntu who doesn't consider izinto asebedlule kuzona when they were themselves trying ukuthi bamnike what he wanted, which was his 20 children. So I find him to be very insensitive to izinto that amakhosikazi akhe badlula kuzona. Na ukuthi akekho akanalo uzwelo to put himself ezicathulweni zakhe amakhosikazi akhe, because he just seemed not to understand ukuthi why bengafuni ukuthi athathe number 5, but akeve engalithatha alibuke elinye isayidi ukuthi ngiwunkosikazi nami njena ngingafila kanjani uma ngabe sengikhona, but umuntu umkhwena wami still feels ukuthi I'm not enough, we are not enough, there's even 4 of us but we are not enough, and he still wants to take another wife. So in that sense I do feel like insensitive kakhulu emakhosikazi akhe, and that is something that they have to deal with. And now we only see a snippet of their lives, we don't know ukuthi kunjani uma ngabe sebebonke sebephila naye on a daily basis. Enye into futhi ngifuna ukukhuluma ngayo ileyo ukuthi uMseleku doesn't value his kids the same. He does not value ingane zakhe zamantombazane the same that he values abafana. He has said before, I think it was just ukuthi prevent a backlash to umphakathi when he said, because it's not that I'm not valuing abalokhuzana amantombazane, but I feel ukuthi ngidinga izingane zabafana ukuthi ngakhe umuzi. Kunama comments athila anokwenza ubone ngathi yes unazo zona izingane ziningi, but to him kungathi kuyi disappointment ukuthi zonke le ngane lezi azibanga abafana zibe ilokhuzana amantombazane. And logo I feel like asikunaki nje ezumphakathi ukuthi unokuthi ngathi izingane nazo ilezi zabafana kuphela uma ekhuluma ngezingane zakhe, kodwa iningi izingane nazo amantombazane. I do feel like he doesn't put as much value to izingane zakhe zamantombazane than he does to izingane zabafana. Also Mseleku has not treated ilokhuzana izingane his grandchildren the same. Right now abantu they are acting like Mseleku njoba ethole ingane le uMpumelelo ethole ingane is like a first grandchild kaMseleku. Mseleku has 2 other grandchildren from usne ingane yakhe. And kahle futhi le point engenza manje it's evidence to a point ukuthi he doesn't value his girls as much as he values his boy, because the way that he has reacted to having ilokhuzana a grandson from a grandchild from ingane yakhe yomfana is different from the way that he has acted with ingane zikaSne. I tried to look on the internet for his tombe, just one picture of him with his grandchildren, laba abazalwa uSne, and I didn't find even one. But there's several photos of him with ingane kaMpumelelo, and he's very exciting. It's almost like it's the first time that he is a grandfather to ingane kaMpumelelo, where there is 2 other children that he is a grandfather to that we haven't seen him with, even on the internet we haven't seen him with, even on the show. In fact, when he talks about Usne and Sne's children, he almost seems irritated by the whole thing. He has even said in one episode when he was supposed to see ubaba weingane zikaSine ukuthi ingane kaSine, he hasn't seen them in a while. In fact le yesibili ingane, he had said ukuthi akakazi aze ayibone nje kwanhlobo ingane le. So for me to see him so excited now with ingane kaMpumelelo, bobabili they had kids bengashadile, so why is he so excited with ingane kaMpumelelo but not so excited with ingane kaSine? Yes ke ingane yenzile iphutha yathola ingane when she was not supposed to, but the children are now here. What role is he playing as a grandfather to these children, and why is it only important to him to play a role enganeni kaMpumelelo but not enganeni zikaSine? Zonke nje lezo zinto zingenza ukuthi ngimbone as umuntu angazi nje onezinto ezithile efanele sibukisise instead ukuthi si focus so much on the wives. Also enye into engiyengibone ngobaba Mseleku is that akekho supportive to his wives. He might be supportive to uMacele, he might seem more supportive to uLokhuzana uMacele, but a lot of the issues with support come when it comes to his other wives. We've seen uLokhuzana Mseleku not supporting uMangwabe while uMangwabe was studying, demand ukudla at a certain time yena mangabe ebuye emsebenzini, doesn't care ukuthi unkosikazi uyafunda akafundini. I think he has had the same issue with uMakhumalo as well, because uMakhumalo ngathi usebenza very weird hours laphayana estation. So naye there was once an issue ukuthi ubuya ngasikhatsini because by certain time fanele yena adle and all of that. Akekho supportive to ama-dreams alokhuzana amakhosikazi akhe. It's like selfish ukuthi ufuna lento ayifuna ngalesikhathi lesi asifunayo, and okudingwa unkosikazi wakhe amakhosikazi akhe in terms of support akabonakali eba-supporter that much. When it comes to career, I think umuntu that we have seen kungathi uyamsupporter is uMacele with that job yalaphayana komasingcwabisane, which we don't know whether it's a job or who owner that business. I feel like even with indaba yasemaqaqa with uMangwabe, only when iLokhuzana he could see ukuthi izinto now are becoming successful, ngathi izinto seziyaphambili, did we see him looking like he is supportive of the idea. It was almost like complain, we are supported but complain about the whole business issue, and also just for her studying. It was like Mase graduates and now he's happy with Umangwabe graduated, but the whole time he was the most unsupportive husband when Umangwabe was studying. So I do feel like all of those things are the things that us as viewers should be asking questions about, but for some reason ama-questions ethu sivamise ukuwabhekisa ngakumakhosikazi sikhona ukuthi ke siwabhekise ngakuyena uMseleku to say ukuthi why are these things taking place. And ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi enenibuke ivideo yami. Please don't forget to like the video before niphume kuyona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Guys, tonight I will give you a review the Rannakas. On Thursday, I was traveling from Durban to Pietermaritzburg and it was storming, so our drive was very slow. So I figured like exactly 8:30. I was like so heartbroken because I didn't see the episode. But I'm gonna see it today because they have a repeating of 7 o'clock, and then I will give you. I'm gonna do a review. The same as I did with the Lokhuzana Mnakwethu, just detailed. So it's gonna be a longer video. Thank you so much. Ngithanda kakhulu.